Okay, D. Dab. An adept, a dab at any feat or exercise. A dab, quoth Dawkins when he hit his wife on the arse with a pound of butter. Dace, 2 pence. Tip me a dace, lend me 2 pence. Cunt. Daddles, hands. Tip us your daddle, give me your hand. Cunt. Daddy, father, old daddy, a familiar address to an old man. To beat daddy, mammy, the first rudiments of drum beating being the elements of the roll. Daggers, they are at daggers drawing, i.e. at enmity, ready to fight. Dairy, a woman's breasts, particularly one that gives suck. She sported her dairy, she pulled out her breast. Daisy cutter, a jockey term for a horse that does not lift up his legs sufficiently or goes too near the ground and is therefore apt to stumble. Daisy kickers, ostlers at gratins. Dam, a small Indian coin. Mentioned in the Gentoo Code of Laws, hence etymologists may, if they please, derive the common expression, I do not care a damn, i.e. I do not care half a farthing for it. Damber, a rascal, see Dimber. Damn boy, a roaring, mad, blustering fellow, a scorer of the streets or kicker-up of a breeze. Damned soul, a clerk in a counting house whose sole business is to clear or swear off merchandise at the custom house, and who, it is said, guards against the crime of perjury by taking a previous oath never to swear truly on those occasions. Damper, a luncheon or snap before dinner, so called from its damping or allaying, the appetite eating and drinking being, as the proverb wisely observed, apt to take away the appetite. Dance upon nothing, to be hanged. Dancers, stairs, dandy, that's the dandy, i.e. the ton, the clever thing, an expression of similar import to that's the barber, see barber. Dandy, grey russet, a dirty brown, his coat's dandy grey russet, the colour of the devil's nutting bag. Dandy prat, an insignificant or trifling fellow. To dangle, to follow a woman without asking the question. Also to be hanged, I shall see you dangle in the sheriff's picture frame. I shall see you hanging on the gallows. Dangler, one who follows women in general, without any particular attachment. Dapper fellow, a smart, well-made little man. Darbers, fetters, cunt. Darby, ready money, cunt. Dark Cully, a married man that keeps a mistress, whom he visits only at night for fear of discovery. Darky, a dark lanthorn, used by housebreakers. Stow the darky and bolt. The cove of the crib is fly. Hide the dark lanthorn and run away. The master of the house knows that we are here. Dark man's the night, cunt. Dark man's budge, one that slides into a house in the dark of the evening and hides himself in order to let some of the gang in at night to rob it. Dart, a straight-armed blow in boxing. Dash, a tavern drawer, to cut, a dash to make a figure. David Jones, the devil, the spirit of the sea, is called Necken in the North countries, such as Norway, Denmark and Sweden. David Jones Locker, the sea. David Sow, as drunk as David Sow, a common saying which took its rise from the following circumstance. One David Lloyd, a Welshman, who kept an alehouse at Hereford, had a living sow, 6 legs, which was greatly resorted to by the curious. He had also a wife much addicted to drunkenness, for which he used sometimes to give her due correction. One day David's wife, having taken a cup too much, and being fearful of the consequences, turned out the sow, and lay down to sleep herself sober in the state. A company coming in to see the sow, David ushered them into the state, exclaiming, "There is a sow for you. Did any of you ever see such another?" All the while supposing the sow had really been there, to which some of the company, seeing the state the woman was in, replied, it was the drunkenest sow had ever beheld, hence the woman was ever after called David's sow. Davy, I'll take my Davy off it, vulgar abbreviation of affidavit. To daub, to bribe. The cull was scragged because he could not daub. The rogue was hanged because he could not bribe. All bedaubed with lace all over lace. Daylight's eyes, to darken his daylight, or sow up his eyes, to close up a man's eyes in boxing. Dead cargo, a term used by thieves, when they are disappointed in the value of their booty. Dead horse, to work for the dead horse. to work for wages already paid. Dead louse, vulgar pronunciation of the Daedalus ship of war. Dead men, a cant word among journeymen bakers for loaves falsely charged their masters' customers, also empty bottles. Deadly nevergreen, that bears fruit all the year round. The gallows or three-legged mare, see three-legged mare. Dear joys, Irishmen, from their frequently making use of that expression. Death hunter, an undertaker one who furnishes the necessary articles for furniture, see carry-on hunter. Death's head upon a mopstick, a poor miserable emaciated fellow, one quiet and otomy, see otomy, he looked as pleasant as the pains of death. Deep one, a thorough-paced rogue, a sly designing fellow in opposition to a shallow or foolish one. Deft fellow, a neat little man. Degen or Dagon, a sword. Nim the Degen, steal the sword. Dagon is Dutch for a sword cunt. Dells, young buxom wenches, ripe and prone to venery, but who have not lost their virginity, which the upright man claims by virtue of his prerogative, after which they become free for any of the fraternity, also a common strumpet, cunt. Demure as an old whore at a christening. Deme rep, an abbreviation of deme reputation, a woman of doubtful character. Derby, to come down with the derbies to pay the money. Derrick, the name of the finisher of the law or hangman about the year 1608, for he rides his circuit with the devil, and Derrick must be his host. And Tyburn, the inn at which he will light. Vide Bellman of London in art, pre in law, at the gallows where I leave them, as to the haven at which they must all cast anchor, if Derrick's cable do but hold libet. Devil, a printer's errand boy, also a small thread in the king's ropes and cables, whereby they may be distinguished from all the others. The devil himself, a small streak of blue thread in the king's sails. The devil may dance in his pocket, i.e. has no money, the cross on our ancient coins being jocularly supposed to prevent him from visiting that place, for fear, as it is said, of breaking his shins against it. To hold a candle to the devil, to be civil to anyone out of fear, in allusion to the story of the old woman who set a wax taper before the image of Saint Michael, and another before the devil, whom that saint is commonly represented as trampling under his feet. Being reproved for paying such honour to Satan, she answered, as it was uncertain which place she should go, to heaven or hell, she chose to secure a friend in both places. That will be when the devil is blind, and he has not got sore eyes yet. Said of anything unlikely to happen. It rains whilst the sun shines, the devil is beating his wife with a shoulder of mutton. The phenomenon is also said to denote that cuckolds are going to heaven. On being informed of this, a loving wife cried out with great vehemence, "Run, husband, run!" The devil was sick, the devil a monk would be. The devil was well, the devil a monk was he. A proverb signifying that we are apt to forget promises made in time of distress. To pull the devil by the tail is to be reduced to one shifts. The devil go with you and the sixpence, and then you will have both money and company. Devil, the gizzard of a turkey or fowl, scored, peppered, salted, and broiled. It derives its appellation from being hot in the mouth. Devil books, cards. Devil catcher or devil driver, a parson, see snub devil. Devil's daughter, it is said of one who has a termagant for his wife, that he has married the devil's daughter and lives with the old folks. Devil's daughter's portion, deal, Dover and Harwich. The devil gave his daughter in marriage, and by a codicil to his will, he added Helvoet and the Brill, a saying occasioned by the shameful impositions practised by the inhabitants of those places on sailors and travellers. Devil drawer, a miserable painter. Devil's dung, asafoetida. Devil's guts, a surveyor's chain, so called by farmers, who do not like their land should be measured by their landlords. Devilish, very, an epithet which in the English vulgar language is made to agree with every quality or thing, as devilish bad, devilish good, devilish sick, devilish well, devilish sweet, devilish sour, devilish hot, devilish cold, at sea, probably means etc., etc. Okay, I know what it means now. Etc., maybe. Okay. Doozyville. The country cunt. Durseyville stampers. Country carriers cunt. Do beaters feet cunt. Do's wins or wins. Twopence cunt. De-witted, torn to pieces by a mob, as that great statesman John de Witt was in Holland, anno 1672.